Are you living in an abusive home? Do you feel trapped, unheard, or scared? If you're being emotionally, physically, or mentally hurt, you need to hear this because this could save you. I wish someone had told me this sooner. For years, I thought I was the problem. I thought if I was better, smarter, kinder, maybe my mom would finally see me. Maybe she'd finally love me the way I needed. But no matter what I did, I was never enough. When I spoke up, I was too sensitive. When I tried to set boundaries, I was selfish. When I asked for love, I was made to feel like a burden. So I stayed silent. Years of silence, they don't make the pain go away. They make it grow into something darker. And I do not want that to happen to you. Even if the abuse isn't physical, constant exposure to emotional manipulation, gaslighting, or neglect rewires your brain. You start walking on eggshells even when they are not around. You sabotage your own happiness because abuse feels more normal than love. You numb yourself because feeling nothing is easier than feeling pain. But you don't have to live like this. You don't have to let their voice become yours. Here's my suggestion. Have an emergency backpack ready. Oftentimes, abuse happens without warning. Narcissistic or toxic parents may lash out unexpectedly, and in those moments, your safety, both emotional and physical, matters more than anything. That's why it's a good idea to have an emergency backpack ready so you can grab it, leave, and be somewhere safe until it's okay to return. Pack the essentials like a change of clothes and underwear, toothbrush, soap, or hygiene items, a copy of important documents such as ID, a phone charger, cash if possible. I wish I had known earlier that there were safe places that offer confidential support for abuse and domestic violence. One time, I stayed at a women's protection shelter for a few days, and honestly, it was surprisingly clean and comfortable. They provided fresh clothes, meals, and even books. They had counselors and therapists for emotional support, not only at the time I stayed there, but even after I left that place, they offer ongoing counseling. And most importantly, they kept everything confidential. If I were you, I would reach out to more than one organization before I actually need them. Why? So they already have a record of your situation. If things escalate, they can help you faster. One organization might not always be available or reliable. It's good to have multiple options. If you don't know where to start, just ask ChatGPT or Google, where can I find a safe place or support near me? I don't feel safe at home. How can I get help without reporting my family? You might hesitate to reach out because you don't want to get your family in trouble. But listen, many organizations offer help confidentially. You can explain your concerns, and they can guide you without forcing legal action. Educate yourself. Look up these words: narcissistic parent, gaslighting, parentification, emotional neglect, because awareness is the first step toward healing. Once you realize the truth about the abuser, it's easy to feel anger. How could they do this to me? How could they hurt me like this? But here's something I want you to think about. Your mother or father cannot give what they never had. If no one ever loved them unconditionally, if no one ever comforted them, if no one ever showed them how to love properly, how could they give you something they don't even know exists? I later learned that my mother suffered even more than I had. She too was a victim of a difficult childhood, of parents who never saw her, of a world that never taught her love. You don't have to forgive them if you don't want to, but avoid resentment, because resentment poisons you. It makes you toxic. Forgiveness makes you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It doesn't mean excusing them. It means releasing yourself from carrying their pain. Your pain is not your punishment. It's your training. You were given this life because you were strong enough to change its meaning. I know the longing for your parents' validation feels deep. Maybe it's the reason for your anxiety, your perfectionism, your fear of not being enough. But let me tell you this. You don't need their approval to be enough. You already are. And the moment you stop waiting for them to love you the way you need it, and start embracing the love you can create for yourself, that is the moment you set yourself free. You are a warrior who has survived things most people will never understand. You have the power to break this cycle, to be the person your parents couldn't be. You have been through the fire. Now let it make you unstoppable. You are special because out of millions of people, you were given this life, not to suffer, but to rise. You are not just a survivor. You are the one who breaks the cycle. You are the one who turns pain into purpose. You are the proof that love can be reborn in a place it never existed before. This world needs you, not as a victim, but as a light for others who are still in the dark. You don't have to just to survive. You deserve to thrive. If you're ready to step into your power, take the first step. Reach out, get help, and never forget, you are enough.